Hi, I'm Doris with dorisyogatherapy.com. Today I want to show you the best exercises to improve your thyroid function. So the thyroid is a 2-inch long butterfly-shaped endocrine gland, and it's located at the base of your neck right below your Adam's apple. So the thyroid improves your hormones, it regulates your heart rate, it regulates your blood pressure, your body temperature, and your weight. So the throat chakra, our 5th chakra, where the throat is located, where your thyroid is located at your throat chakra, right? It's all about your communication. It's all about being heard, seen, and understood. It is speaking freely the truth, how you feel, how you want to say things, and hopefully without a censorship. And you shouldn't be shamed or you shouldn't be judged. So there are various thyroid disorders like hypothyroidism or hypothyroidism, Hashimoto disease, or Graves' disease. So those are kind of disorders what I don't want to talk today. I want to show you like how you can release through certain poses tension to stimulate your throat and to improve your circulation, your energy flow around your thyroid, and to stretch and strengthen your neck. So there is a specific exercise to improve your blood circulation. And this is a very old exercise from Tai Chi approach where your lymph flow and will be engaged, and also you prevent your decline of your thyroid. So it works like very easily. You can do this in standing up, you can do this in sitting down on a chair, sitting cross-legged like me, and you stroke from your chin all the way down over your thyroid, and you alternate your hands. You tilt your head slightly back, and you're basically stroking right in front of your neck. Connecting, you can also close your eyes and you just feel. You can do this for a while. This is all up to you. Just like that. Right there, when we are using our hands on certain body parts, you're connecting with it, right? You're creating a different energy. You improve this way your circulation and your lymphatic flow. So talking about structure, we have a flow system. They go through the thyroid, and we have a blood flow, we have a nerve flow, we have a lymphatic flow, we have a hormone flow, we have a digestive flow, we have an energy, we are having energy and emotions, right? So a lot of people, they are very tight in front of the neck and throughout the shoulders. And we have a big muscle group that runs down on our neck. And when those muscles are continually restricted or constricted, it compresses around your thyroid. And that causes a lot of stagnation. So I want to share with you what I learned from Tammy Goldschmidt. And she is a certified thermographer. And she calls that a simple exercise, tension tamer. But it's very effective, and I want you to do it during the day, like whenever you feel like a tension on your neck or on your shoulders. So a lot of people work for hours in those days on the computer, and pretty soon their shoulders are rotating forward, you're hunching over, right? Or when you're working on your phone, you're looking down, so you're constantly constricting your throat all the time. So you get super tight everywhere around here. And you put a lot of pressure also on your neck, not only in the front, also in the back. And especially that will affect your thyroid. So I want to show you those exercises, what I saw from her, and it's in kind of in a sequence if you want to do it. So the first one would be just like the shoulder shrugs. So all what you do, you bring your shoulders up and down, and that would be just like the shoulder shrugs. You can work with the breath on an inhale up, on an exhale down, or you're just breathing and do it a little bit faster. So right here we are breaking up already a stagnant energy tension, right? So that would be this. And then let's move into shoulder circles. So first backwards and then forward. So you are taking basically an inhale, you rotate your shoulders up, and then exhale, you rotate it down. Or you're going faster and you just breathe. Couple of times. You always want to stay equal, right, with those shoulder circles. So let's say I'm doing now 6 or 7, and then backwards you can go with the breath. Inhale up, exhale forward. You can go slow like this, or you're going faster. Again, this is totally up to you. So that is one. And now we are doing alternate shoulder rolls, and that's pretty interesting. First, I want you to tilt your head to the side. So it's not your whole body, it's just the tilt of your neck. You bring, for example, right now I'm showing the left ear towards the left shoulder. And then you just rotate the left shoulder. You're relaxing your right shoulder down. This is pretty amazing. Immediately you feel that, especially when we go in an alternate move, since you're stretching right now your right side. And again, you always want to stay on the same count of numbers. You can do it only 3 times, you can do it 10 times. And then you're taking an inhale. You tilt your head to the other side, so your right ear is reaching towards the right shoulder. And now you just rotate your right shoulder. Now you feel the stretch all the way on your left side. When you want to tune in, sometimes it's very beneficial and helpful. You want to feel, you can close your eyes. And now this is a fun one. You want to shrug your shoulders up towards your ears. You tilt your head a little bit back, so you're looking basically up, and then you wobble your head from side to side. And when I'm doing this, I'm always thinking about like a penguin who is like wobbling towards you. And that is open up your throat chakra, open up, stretching the big muscles around your neck, and gently coming back. And now the last one, what is always a good one, you make a fist and you're just right next towards your neck. On the opposite side, you're hitting the fist. With your fist, you're hitting your shoulders. And then you can do it on the opposite side. And you choose if you want to put more pressure on or not. It's up to you. So what you're doing here, you're breaking up your energy. And so there is stagnation, right? And that's what we're doing with the shoulder and the neck. And energetically, it will loosen up. And hopefully it makes you smile after all those exercises. So you should do this during the day a few times when you feel you're tensing up. If it's like work related, since you're sitting at the computer, or if somebody said something to you where you don't want to keep that in, you want to break up that energy. So I also want to show you a sequence that will benefit your thyroid. And you can do this like, whenever you feel like, when you have time during the day. And you always want to start off with the breath work. So the breath work, and you can choose, it's Anulom Vilom Pranayama. That is very beneficial for your thyroid. It's that alternate nostril breath, what you can see on my website under the blogs. Or Ujjayi breath, same thing, or the humming breath. So I will not go through the breathing techniques since you can see them on the website anyway. I want to go right away and show you the poses. They are important, you want to follow in that sequence. What's always important to do. Now here we go. The first one would be cat and cow. So we are ending up on all fours. Your wrist is always underneath your shoulder, and the width of your hands is shoulder width apart. And your knees are underneath. Let me move this guy here. And your knees are underneath your hip joint. Now, when we are aligned correctly, you can do two options on your inhale. The inhale can be with a straight back, and you're always looking forward, or you bend your elbows and you let your belly go. That's the variation of the inhale. And on an exhale, you round your back as much as you can. Tuck your chin in, belly pushes back towards your spine. So you're going back and forth with the inhale, and I show everything 3 times. You can do it your own numbers, whatever you choose. The inhale is the gazing forward. And the exhale, you're rounding your back, tuck the chin in. So this is always a great warm-up, cat and cow, right? And then the next one would be cobra pose. So with cobra pose, you want to try to have the hands like parallel to each other. Your feet are stretched out, your toes are relaxed, and you're pushing a little bit off with your elbows from the ground. So you don't bring the elbows out. The elbows are nicely tucked in, and you're lifting up. Here we go, right away into a beautiful back stretch. You're taking 3 breaths. Deep inhale, exhale it out. And one more deep inhale, and you exhale it out. And then after cobra, we need to do a counter pose to stretch the back in the opposite direction. And that would be child's pose. And here you can do variations. You can have your knees together, or you have your knees apart. I like to have the knees apart. And you just bring your elbow against your knees. You're creating a little pillow with your hands, and you release your forehead down. Push your shoulders away from your ears. So this is a variation what really stretches your low back. And again, you do 3 breaths here. And the next pose here, we are opening our throat chakra again. So what you want to do, this is camel pose. You can do it easy with your hands on your side. You can have your fingertips pointing down, or you have your fingertips pointing up. Your elbows are reaching towards each other, and you push your chest open. You're looking first forward, and then you just let your head go. You're looking up. You're not overstretching here, and you don't want to bend backwards. You're just staying aligned. And again, the hand placement is up to you, whatever feels good. You want to bring your elbows back. Bringing the breath all the way up towards your throat. 3 breaths here. And then afterwards we do the counter pose again, and that's again child's pose. So now I show you another variation of child's pose. Your knees are together, and I want to use a prop for this. So you're taking your bolster right in front of you, and your knees are now together, and you bring your forehead all the way down. You bring your forehead all the way down. Your hands are right next to you. Palms are facing up. And you're taking 3 breaths here. So we are stretching our low back here again in the opposite direction. When you did your 3 breaths, the next pose will be, so we are always going back and forth, opening the throat and then relaxing it, and opening your low back and relaxing it. So the next pose is called fish pose. You have your feet flexed and your feet are together. You bring your fingertips towards your buttocks, and you reach your elbows towards each other. You reach your elbows towards each other. You can look first at your feet since they are nicely flexed. And then you're gazing up. You can release as much as you want. Sometimes you don't want so much. You just rather look forward, or you release farther down. Again, you take 3 breaths. You bring it all the way up towards your throat. And then gently after your 3rd breath, you will come out of it. And so now today I want to show you variations with plow pose. So you can use your bolster or you can use your block. And plow pose, we are really working the throat chakra here. So you are coming flat on your back, all the way down. And when you're down, you can first, let's use the block here. So you bring your block underneath your tailbone, a little bit of your buttocks, a little bit of your low back, right there. And you're gently lifting one knee up and then the other knee. And that is already a variation of like getting slowly into it. You're reaching your knees closer and closer towards you. You can wobble a little bit from side to side, loosening up. And then you can reach slowly your feet up. So that is already kind of a variation of plow pose. For a lot of you, this is already plenty. And another variation, I'm just showing you different versions. What you can do would be, you have the bolster underneath. And you're reaching your legs up again, and you reach them a little bit more over your head. Right now my knees are straight, but you can also bend them towards your chest. You can relax your hands next to you, next towards the bolster. That would be another variation of plow pose. And then the plow pose, what I want to show you without any kind of props would be, so you're coming down all the way on your back, and you take a little swing and you bring your legs all the way over your head. Here you feel big constriction of your throat chakra. This is really working it. And now, since we are already here, the next pose would be shoulder stand. So with shoulder stand, you're bringing your hands behind your low back, supporting your low back and coming all the way up. Your feet are relaxed. So this is with no support. And when you want to do an easy shoulder stand, so that would be with the bolster, or you can choose also the block. You're coming with your buttocks all the way on the bolster. And simply you just bring your legs back up. This is probably easier for most of us when we just want to relax more. You don't have to do the full shoulder stand. Your feet are totally relaxed. Your chest is relaxed. And you're guiding your breath all the way up towards your throat. So those are those different versions of a shoulder stand. The shoulder stand is basically the peak pose of our throat chakra, working here, intensified our thyroid. And we have one more pose here. So that would be bridge pose. And in bridge pose, you want to bring your fingertips towards your heels. Your knees are parallel And you tuck your tailbone up. So you're not over tucking, you're just tucking it up. Again, we are sending the energy up into our throat. All those poses, the last 3 ones, what I did, are working all the way up your throat chakra. And that would be again just like 3 breaths here. Gently rolling down 1 vertebra at a time. And you hug your knees towards your chest. And the last pose is like legs up the wall. So legs up the wall would work like this. You're sitting closer next to the wall. And then you're coming all the way down. And wiggle your buttocks closer towards the wall. And from here you can have your hands out to the side, your feet are hip width apart, or your feet are a little bit wider, or you can choose even to bring it in a straddle. This is all optional, whatever you feel like it. I like to have the legs usually higher up, so there is a different blood flow going on, and again, we are totally going actually here in all the chakras. And you can stay here several minutes, this is up to you. Sometimes you only want to choose just to do the legs up the wall. You're coming all the way down. So this is, again, this is all optional, whatever you want to do. Sometimes you want to do just like 1 or 2 poses, and that works totally fine. You always want to do first the breath, right? And yeah, so that is the sequence of our thyroid. And that completes today our video, and thank you so much for watching, and make sure to hit the subscribe button so you are not missing out on any of my future videos. Thank you.